Hi, I'm the Space Quest historian, and welcome back to Space Quest 6, Roger Wilco, in the jiggling around and whistling for a bit because I left him alone on screen for too long. Anyway, this is a weird and odd reaction to having just read the eulogy for our dear departed friend Stellar Santiago. Roger, exactly how is this a coping mechanism in any way? You weird and utterly strange person. Oh my fucking god. So, at any rate, we just finished giving Stellar's eulogy here in the Hollow Suite, and we have no desire to stick around for much longer, because fuck me if that wasn't a depressing set of events. So is the state of this fish, which has a very nondescript look message.
Let's look at it together and see what we can see, okay?
There are, in fact, look messages for this fish in the resource files I will show you later. And here is...
That's your relatively pathetic eulogy for Stellar.
I don't know why that's still an inventory item. It will disappear at some point because we don't actually need it anymore. It was just for that one little scene. Well, let's, since we are, you know, in mourning and everything, let's just head the fuck on back.
That's delightfully non-helpful.
I missed the button, come on. Head on back to our quarters and, you know, sulk for a bit. That's what you do in mourning, right? You sulk. I believe the colloquial term is grieving. There we go. Would you look at that? We actually do have a message. I don't know if we're really in the mood to be listening to our voicemail at this point, but let's give it a shot.
Wow, a message for me. I must be getting popular.
Again, Roger, no sense of where he is.
I wonder what it is.
Roger, help me. I only have a moment. They faked.
God, I hate when that happens.
What happened? The picture's gone. You're alive?
Yeah, and for some reason she just shut off the message. Now, in the resource files, there's actually an animation of her going, like, turning to one head, let's go, oh, fuck, they're on to me, and then, you know, shuts off the... For some reason, that animation doesn't play in the game. Don't ask me why. Okay, so... Well, we do know that Stellar Santiago isn't dead, or that she likes to leave weird voicemails to people. Just, you know, moments before dying. I mean, there's no way of knowing that she didn't just leave that message before she went to save us. Also, how did she find us, know that where we were and save us? Is that just her thing? Anyway, we should probably tell someone. Why does Roger have this tune playing in his quarters? That's weird. It's this happy-go-lucky tune playing it non-stop. Well, hello, Commander, Captain, Thing, Majig.
That's Commander Kielbasa, dummy.
Sorry. Jesus Christ. Dwarf. You odd, weird person. There was actually a dude in the comments in the last episode who said, hey, that dude reminded me of Beak Nerys from Under Killing Moon. And I was like, fuck me, that's... I said that in the video. I was like, no one's gonna get that reference. And then... Guess what I found?
You're going to think I'm crazy, but I've just received a distress message on my compost. And it was from Stellar.
Wilco, have you been whipping cleaning fluid again?
Again?
I'm absolutely as sane as I've ever been. She's being held on Delta Berxilon by Sharpay.
We don't actually know that.
Wilco,
well, that's the last place we saw her, but...
that sounds? We buried Stellar. You were there.
I was?
Maybe you need a rest. Take a couple of hours off.
Couple of hours. Wow,
sir.
Thank you, sir. The,
Wilco, we have our orders from Starcon, and we'll be carrying them out.
Yes, so,
Drop
wait.
it, janitor. Leave the bridge now, Wilco. I've made my decision.
Cheers for that, dude. Apparently he is no fucking help whatsoever. Well, fine. Off I fucking a huff. Okay, where to? Maybe a drink would do us some good. Yeah, what the fuck is going on with... Ah! Jesus Christ. Okay. It's January the 3rd. Why is... Why is Circus Sydney's head doing that? I planned for this to be like an, oh wait, let's have some fun with Circuit Sydney's head, because that's an Easter egg that happens. Wait a minute, is January 3rd one of the programmers' birthdays? It actually is. January the 3rd is Steve Conrad's birthday. I didn't even fucking realize that. I'm recording this on January the 3rd, and yeah, if you play, I didn't know that it worked with Steve Conrad's birthday. So far, all we know is that if you play the game... Ah, did you hear that too? The music just went off. Oh god, that is terrible. Went all off key and shit. Anyway, we knew that if you play the game on Halloween, October 31st, my birthday, or Mike Litton's birthday, which is April the 11th, then Circuit Sydney's head will detach and start following you around the room. I didn't know that it worked on any of the other birthdays. Steve Conrad's, we saw this with the Stooge Fighter thing. Steve Conrad and Bill Shockley's birthday, they also do strange things to the game. I did not know that actually worked. Anyway, hi, Circuit Sydney! You kind of, the Easter egg kind of managed to creep me out instead of everyone else. You fucking weirdo.
It's your old non-organic friend, Circuit Sydney.
Yeah, so that Easter egg kind of backfired on me, but let's have a chat with demon-possessed Circuit Sydney.
Hello, Roger. Please join me in consuming something.
Thanks, Sydney.
Sure.
You seem uptight.
Sorry.
What? Upright? What are you talking about, Sydney?
Roger has a hearing loss,
Uptight
but maybe that's the
perhaps that is
explosion.
too archaic a reference for you. It would have been more effective to say that you seem concerned.
Well, uptight kind of means something else, doesn't it?
I do have a thing or two, well, at least something on my mind.
I am sorry to hear this. I hope your concerns are soon alleviated.
Oh, check out
Thanks,
that
Sid.
buffo limp-syncing.
I do have to come up with some solutions.
Okay, well that was a productive talk. Good talk. Good man. Also, don't think I didn't notice this fucking thing in the background.
An unusual plant specimen that someone left behind. It appears to be thriving here. Perhaps it prefers beer and popcorn to fertilizer and you grow it lamps.
I don't know if you can actually mess around with it.
It wouldn't be prudent to do that at this juncture.
No, this is the part of the game that no one really bothered to write look messages for.
A peaceful panorama of light, color, and limitless black space drifts quietly by the window. The infinite flow and ebb of matter and energy dancing around itself in a never-ending light show of creation.
Well, that got poetic.
I want to see something blow up.
Alright, cool. Now, for years and years, there was this rumor that if you control-clicked on the nebula in the background for a long while, it would start color cycling. I could never get this to work. Someone also said that you had to look at it 7 million times for it to start color cycling. It doesn't actually do that.
A peaceful...
Never got that to work. However, there is a different Easter egg. As long as we're doing Easter eggs, there's a different Easter egg in this canteen. There's this screen over here that we saw in the intro.
This view screen lets 8 rear patrons watch the subspace transmissions of Major League Hairball games, Monday Night Bunyan Ball, and the occasional pay-per-view Orat fights.
Bunyan Ball doesn't sound fun. Anyway, you can't actually interact with it. It doesn't really do anything.
That's delightfully non-helpful.
Nope. However, if you hold down Control and click on it 7 times... That was only 5 times, really, but okay, it's supposed to be...
Thank you for purchasing Space Quest 6.
You got the Renegade
you
credits.
Purchase it, didn't you? Oh, of course you did. You sure couldn't be like one of those weasels who would make illegal copies. You're too cool for that.
Cheers, Mr. Owens. Bill, the Shockmeister Shockley, team entertainer. It'll just basically run through the credits of the rebellious programming, take your reliable guy and kick him in the ass for me. The programmers and artists who were kind of, let's say, on Josh Mandel's team or something. They sided with Josh Mandel as he left the company in a huff, and I guess rightfully so. So they've left a couple of Easter eggs behind in the game. This is one of them. There's another tribute slash hi Josh Mandel thing coming up later in the game as well. Michael Litton, the wandering programmer. Oh, that's thanks to Trisha, Rachel, and Nathan for still loving their absentee father. Yeah, the game went long and hard and wait, that's kind of a weird thing to say. A lot of quotes from artists and programmers, a lot of weird stuff, and by the end of the Renegade credits, you'll get a really bizarre outtake from William Hall, the voice of Roger Wilco. Quotes? Never hear any. Oliver Brailsford, cinnamon roll man and ass kicker, also 3rd or 4th executive producer. Stop playing those damn net games of the game. Who by all accounts tried his best, but his best was kind of shit. Team Slut when Barbie's not available. That really races my big top. Ah, good old Scott. John Meekley QA, nice guy anyway though. Well, you have to be kind of meek if you're in don't bug me. Ha ha, you're in QA. So don't bug me. Michael Hutchison, art director and Virago driver, and that's a motorcycle, I believe. I feel so used. Well, he's still emo coming off being art director on Gabriel Knight. Frankie Powell, cool artist and cooler mom. I have no idea who she is, but I'm sure she is. Both artist and mom. Also cool. Karen Nestor, lover of cool jazz, one of Josh Mandel's best friends at Sierra. She was also artist on Freddie Farkas, Frontier Pharmacist, and yep. I just want to meet a girl I can fart in front of. That wasn't her quote, by the way. It's just Karen Nestor is a very, very nice person. I'm sure Barry Sunt, artist and CRX pilot, is also. And Josh Mandel, abandoner of teams. But a lovely, lovely man. Memorable quotes. Any from Josh, I wonder. That's just a little bit too much butterflies in the trees kind of shit for me. Scott Murphy. Yep, that sounds like him. What for? It's only Bill. Oliver. Brailsford. We try for a free lunch and all we get is a shitty quote. Michael Litton. Well, you did get your own name in... I'll drink whatever's in my face. Bill Shockley. Michelle, will you marry me? I'll also drink whatever's in my face. You'll find a lot of things in my hand. Bill Shockley. Well, he's a programmer, so I'm sure. Carbonate a beverage for me, will you? Scott Murphy. That seems like a very tame quote. Now let's pretend I'm really stupid, okay? Scott Murphy. What kind of hoe question is that? Steve Conrad. I don't know, Steve. Maybe you should be attending...
I'm Roger Wilco. I'll kick your ass. I know where you live.
Wasn't expecting it to end that soon. Sensitivity training was what I was about to say.
Because I'm Roger Wilco, I'll kick your ass. I know where you live.
Anyway, the music has changed to something a little less annoying. And I think it's about time we had another chat with Mr. Sidney.
I have a favor I'd like to ask of you.
Flame away, Roger. You know I'd give you my right appendage if you needed it.
Because you're a weirdo.
Funny you should say that, Sidney. I kind of have this situation where that very item could come in handy.
Really? Well, I was merely saying that metaphorically.
You really are a great friend, Sidney.
We just asked for his right arm, didn't we?
I can't thank you enough, Sidney.
For no reason whatsoever.
Well, if you really are seriously in need of it, I suppose I could lend it to you. You will get it right back to me, won't you, Roger?
Sure.
Oh, yeah. You bet your nut flanges, Sidney.
He just popped off his fucking arm and gave it to us. Well, there it is. Let's see if he's got any other appendages we can have.
Sidney, I kind of need another favor. I need one of your eyes.
Pardon me, Roger. For a second, I thought you said you also wanted one of my eyes. I must have my auditory circuits diagnosed.
We're just disassembling this poor jackass.
Actually, Sidney, I could use one of your eyes.
Well, I could, but it's fucking mine.
Roger?
So,
well,
I'm not having it.
I guess if you really need it.
Oh, I do. I really do, Sidney. You're a mechanized lifesaver.
You will return them soon, right, Roger?
Oh, of course, Sidney. Real soon. Listen, I've got a couple of things I've got to attend to.
Thanks for disassembling yourself in front of me. I'll just take off.
As long as you say it will be soon, Roger.
Yeah, we'll never see this character again, by the way.
See you soon, Sidney.
that was just all the more creepy, if not for the fact that we have no idea what we actually need this dude's appendages for, and neither does Roger at this point. So he's basically just told his dear old friend Circuit Sydney to basically, you know, unscrew bits of himself. Fuck it, we're now carrying around an arm and an eye. I am leaving before this starts getting any more weird. Alright, can we just, I guess the game really wants us to rescue Stellar on our own. That's the impetus. That's what we're doing right now. Commander Kilbasa, Captain Kilbasa, whatever. He doesn't give two fucking flying hairy shits, and he takes a lot of hairy shits, so he doesn't give any of them, about our predicaments. I guess since we're still technically in the vicinity, how about we just transport over there? I mean, I know that's not technically what we have to do, but... Here, just gonna stand over here. Buddy boy.
It's interested only in its job. It has not one speck of personality. In fact, it could make you look like the life of any party.
It looks scary is what it does. Someone forgot to put, like, flesh on it. Just, like, bubbly, bubbly flesh. No, I meant the sort of silicone flesh, the Circuit Sydney kind of stuff, the, you know, Bishop, aliens kind of thing. Hey, I look almost human. Kind of thing.
This is the transporter control panel. The droid assigned here handles all transport duties from this station.
Oh, fucking get going.
I wouldn't try that if I were you. He may not react too favorably.
What, he's gonna beat me up just for touching his control panel? Fuck you. Alright, since we don't actually... I know we don't transport off this ship. We are technically in motion as well, as we saw from the bridge. We are moving through space. Yes, we have bid Delta Berxalon goodbye, along with, you know, Stellar, who's obviously still alive there. So why don't we just go to the shuttle bay and steal a ship? Oh, look at that deluxe paint stuff going, that font up there. Jeez. I don't know if you guys ever played around with deluxe paint back in ye olden DOS days, but my god, that font was everywhere. Brings back memories. Okay. So we don't actually go straight to the shuttle bay that we saw in the demo. Link to demo. We have to get past these two dudes first. First of all, who's this handsome gentleman?
Magnum Opus belongs to an elite Starcon fighting forces called the Flying Flingers. FF for short.
There's a spider crawling around you. What the fuck? No one's paying any attention.
That's Chesbro, one of the shuttle bay guards.
Alright, let's give him a chat.
I really don't think that's a good idea. He's not the touchy-feely type.
No, I wouldn't want to tussle with that dude. Let's have
Magnum doesn't talk. He fancies himself to be like one of those Buckingham Palace types.
Alright, well how about you then?
You consider saying hi until you remember how dedicated he is to his job, and you wouldn't want him to get in trouble for slacking off while on duty. I wonder why you don't worry about that for yourself.
And they just simply won't let me pass. I can't...
No amount of brute strength can pry these doors apart, even if you had some.
And they just don't seem to let me by. I can just walk around. Now, interesting point of order. Both of these characters have talking animations in the resource files, but they just don't. They don't say anything in the game. So, well, they yawn. They eat. They eat these donut-y, fatty donuts.
Fatty donut. Magnum will probably scarf this down. After all, he needs to maintain his boyish tub-o'-guts figure.
I think I'll just have one.
It wouldn't be prudent to do that at this juncture.
I want the donut. Give me
Don't
donut.
Touch that.
Give me donut. Give me. Give me.
It wouldn't.
Nope, can't steal the donut. Which is kind of weird because a donut is exactly what we need. Alright, so we can't get through to the shuttle bay. We'll have to be a bit more ingenious than that. So we're really straight out of luck there. And this is the... I just had to have a deep think what the game actually wants us to do, like from a logical game progression standpoint. The game actually wants us to take out the little dude first. I forgot his name already.
That's Chesbro.
Thank you. Chesbro wants us to take out Chesbro first, and then maybe, we can just talk the big guy down. We'll just take out this dude, and then this big old fat tub of guts will just, happily let us go through because, we're such a huge and big fucking badass. The way to take Chesbro down is actually really disturbingly easy. All you have to do is pour through the entire fucking database looking for that one little holodeck code that'll be interesting. Now, since I actually happen to know what we're looking for, we can just skip all of that tedious reading and go straight to the interesting part. But the game actually expects you to just wander around the deep ship and just get bored at some point and start reading the entire fucking entity database until you get to the Vulgars. I'm not fucking kidding. All the way to V. Now, the Vulgars are a peaceful race of brilliant and logical thinkers whose only real joy in life is to stride around the galaxy with superior attitudes and correct other people's grammar and spelling. They also enjoy designing outer space strategy simulation games. This makes them nearly as insufferable as university academicians, but not as well paid. Considering their placid and studious lifestyle, it's interesting to note that the Vulgars have developed an extremely practical martial arts technique called the Vulgar Nerve Pinch. This is a tactile/all-world maneuver, professional too, in which the pincher pinches the bundle of nerve fibers at the base of the neck while whispering dialogue from either Tango and Cash or Hudson Hawk. This particular combination of stimuli results in a searing flash of pain and then unconsciousness, which can last for several hours. The technique is demonstrated in Hollow Joint Program 5551212. That's the Hollow Cabana, Hollow Joint, it's a Hollow Deck. That's the Hollow Deck code you have to traipse throughout the entire fucking database to find. So if we go back to the Hollow Cabana, alright, here we go. Back for some fucking martial arts training. I'm not even slightly kidding you. On 5551, that is the most egregiously awful, screechy beeping sound I've ever heard in my life. Anyway, here we go. This takes a while to boot up.
Welcome to Hollow Suite Program 5551212, the Vulgar Nerve Pinch. Despite our reputation for being pacifist, we Vulgars have developed an
now, while he's blathering on a bit, you'll notice that the sound effect plays between his lines.
It is called the Vulgar Nerve Pinch.
Check this out. And there it goes again. It's because the game can't play a speech file and a sound effect at the same time, at least until the end of the game, which is really, really weird. I don't know why they did that, just conserve.
Tango and Cash or Hudson Hawk.
I quite like Hudson Hawk. I don't know if it was to conserve RAM or whatever.
Of nerve stimuli and loss of cerebral control due to the torturous mantra of movie dialogue results in a searing flash of pain.
He's just basically recounting what we just read in the database anyway.
In effect, it is similar to a temporary orally induced robotomy. Victims are soon rendered unconscious for several hours. When they awaken, they will remember nothing of how they came to be unconscious, if they are extremely lucky.
Oh, that sounds absolutely fabulous.
On my most eager volunteer.
Now check this guy out.
You will please to pay attention.
I got it, Master Patooey. Look how fucking eager this dude
the
is.
Subject in this manner. Please to notice the location of my hand as I begin the narcotic chant of cinematic morphine.
He mutters something thankfully unintelligible into the ear of the volunteer.
Oh, thank you, sir. Maybe you can fetch me up with your sister. I have told her after her and we're gonna have margaritas together. Oh, that's what let's get. We have fun. Oh, get a hubba hubba going in the wee. And then just like that, we
So, as you can see, it is very effective.
Whatever the fuck just happened there.
If you can apply a proper grip to the neck, it will disable 9 out of 10 neck-bearing species. This completes our program. Think of it.
The kick to the ass is the most, important part of this whole maneuver. I mean, Jesus. Well, what's the worst thing that could happen? YOLO.
Ooh, boy, I got you with my fingers in your Kurt Russell. Now you can't get away.
My fingers in your Kurt Russell?
Hard to believe this is a real job. Oh, my God. So how come you're not going down? I got you with your mumble jumbo and your hobbit chubby. Ooh, boy, if I only could, I would. Jeez, why don't you step outside, pal? I got you with this, and I think I broke a fingernail here.
Great ad-libbing there from Will Hall, and whoops, yep. There you go. And you'd think this would be an obvious death, right? It's not. You're actually supposed to do that. We even got points for it. This is just weird. In so many ways. And this guy just hauls out a fucking feast for us. And a donut! I mean, we could have just picked up the no. Well, adventure game logic for you. There is the donut that we need in the future, yes.
You are very fortunate to not be a prisoner on one of those Cervic cruisers. They'd have you eating your... Oh, heck, never mind. You don't need to hear that right before you eat, that's for sure.
Jesus Christ, don't think I didn't see that. We'll check that out later. Also, that sounds an awful lot like, well, let's just grab all this shit. While his back is turned. Well, this is a weird puzzle, right? Because, I mean, it is perfectly obvious what you're supposed to do. Those look like legs, that looks like hair, that looks like a head, that looks like whatever the fuck. Most of this, however, will only go together in a very, very certain way. So if I try to do that...
Nothing happened.
No.
See, most games would just give you a generic response when you try something useless like that. But we've custom-tailored this response exactly for you.
The irony being, of course, that that is a generic response. And if you just keep doing that to random bits of fruit...
Careful, combining...
You just get generic responses. If you have to do it the exact right way...
In this galaxy.
No, that's not it. And I don't remember the exact right way, so we're going to be here a while.
Nothing in this galaxy. Now it has some cool ears.
Now, so you plug those in and think those are going to be ears. They're actually just feet. And that took for fucking ever as well. Now we add the torso.
The rack of a rat adds a nice touch.
Nice one. And now we add the head.
Careful.
Nope, not the head yet. We still have these things, which I suppose are going to be hands.
Careful.
No. Oh, these are going to be arms.
An interesting idea. Something's starting to take shape. What are you up to, Roger?
Again, gotta just pipe in for a second here and go, the narrator is unaware of what we are doing solving this puzzle. He used to be an omnipresent narrator who didn't converse with the people in the game, and now he's just along for the ride. He's just one of the spectators. His role has basically become kind of useless.
A touchment of that adds something more to your work in progress.
Thanks for that meaningful sentence.
How creative.
At this point, they just gave up. All right, let's just
That's
add.
a nice touch.
Thank you very much. Now, I don't know if the timer's run out at this point, but I can just put this sucker down here and climb.
Not now.
Whoa, I see you have a visitor. I'll leave you two alone, but you know the rules. 10 more minutes and they have to leave.
Yikes, it's a good thing Dorf's so vain about wearing his prescribed much thicker glasses. That was too close. I nearly dampened an undergarment.
He says out loud, apparently the dude's deaf as well. Also, he's not even gonna question how the visitor got in the fucking force field. Anyway. Dumb fuck. Okay, I guess we'll just sit here and wait. Ah, it took you long enough.
Enjoy. I'll be back to pick up the cart. With the force field on, I trust you won't be going anywhere. I have some matters to attend to now.
I guess we can't pick up the donut. Okay, we can just climb in. I swear I clicked on the donut, but we already have a donut. Apparently this guy's just intent on force feeding us donuts for the entirety of our stay. Anyway, now we're out, and he mistakes that thing for Roger. You have an identical twin visitor.
Sometimes you actually surprise me.
Again. Oh. Okay, I've been told I should cut back on the commentary about the discrepancies between the classic roles of narrators in adventure games, so I will try and do my best, even though, I mean, this is the end of the episode anyway, so I know what you're all thinking. What is going on in here?
Inside this cell is the creature from the ego, a bizarre invisible monster caught on Rialto 4. It's violent, brutal, bloodthirsty, and is a sucker for insincere flattery.
Sounds like something that we ought to be friends with. I mean, look at it.
Now there's a real bright idea, but then perhaps you deserve the consequences. If the force field were turned off, you'd be the only one to suffer the consequences. In the event that someone might be looking over your shoulder, we'll save your embarrassment for another time.
Nah, really, I'm really into this. He seems like a swell person.
Game over, man. Game over. Being a good Samaritan is one thing, but you should have been just a little skeptical about that move.
And with that, we will end this part of the episode. Don't worry, Roger's fine. I mean, you can just click try again, and there he is. That's the good thing about Space Quest 6. In some people's view, anyway. So, please, like, subscribe, do whatever you kids do. Do leave me a comment, because, as you know, I really, truly, duly love the comments. So thank you for checking this out. We can just go back around, you know, the Deep Ship 86. No one will give two flying fucks that we've escaped from prison. Not at least Dorf. I mean, we can go say hi to Dorf. No, wait, no, come back. Hey, guess who escaped from prison? Dude. Hello. Son of a fuck. Alright, so no one gives two flying shits that we've escaped from prison, so we can just carry on doing what we do. Yes. And that is going to be in the next episode. So, again, thank you for checking in. I will see you around the Chrono Stream.